So we have built up the XB2, and what's the last thing we need to do? It is fit in the electrics. I have removed the front bulkhead here just so you can see better how the servo needs to go, and that's the trickiest part of the install. But what I would do first, what I always do first, is put in the fixed points so you know where everything's got to go. So that'd be the motor, battery and servo. So I have already played about with the servo. It's quite a tricky install on this car. You do have 3 locations here, so you can move the servo forward and backwards. But what you need to do, this link here needs to be parallel to this link. So your servo link needs to be parallel to the bell crank connecting link. And the way you can do that, you get this huge horn as standard. I want to put an alloy one on there, but I've stuck with a kit one so you can see what you can do. You then also have spacers here that come in the kit to be able to move the servo forward. I wanted to use the furthest forward holes, but if I did that, it actually caught, I don't know if you can see, it actually caught on the bottom of the servo horn. So I had to use a second hole, space it off there a little bit, and then space the servo forward. I'm using a low profile servo because I found that's best for 2-wheel drive, more than enough power. My only concern with using a plastic horn is you've got no servo saver in here, so if you're going to strip something, you like to strip the teeth off that. Don't know how good the X-ray ones are. We're going to see, fit this, try it and find out. So we have got an alloy one on order, but as ever, it's got a hoodie on it, so it's eye-wateringly expensive. So I have now put the servo in. I've thread locked, because this is into alloy, I have thread locked it. And can you see this link is parallel? It is parallel to the steering. So that is all in there and good to go. Obviously I'll put this back on. You don't need to see me do that. It's not rocket science putting the motor in, but I found these nice big washer screws. You haven't got a separate washer with them, so that's what I use for putting the motor in. So I'm going to put the bottom bolt in first. You haven't got much of a cutout here, so you've got to be careful you don't cross thread this. So we have the motor in. Obviously we've got 3 wires to go. We've got the sensor wire. Now I'm going to put my battery in. I've already pre-adjusted these to fit, but I have got a bit of lateral movement that way. So you can use the foam that the car comes with just to put on there and there, just to take up that movement. So I'm going to put the battery in. So they are the 3, well I suppose there's a 4th fixed point for your fan as well, isn't there? But that is basically the fixed points. ESC is going to go in there. Like so. And then we will put the receiver and transponder there. It looks like that's a good place to put your transponder, but if you have weak signals, I've always been told that's the worst place to put it. In an ideal world, you actually want to space it just off the chassis a little bit, but I'm going to stick it straight to the chassis because I don't usually have any counting issues, but I'm not going to put it on top of the servo. I know a lot of people do, I'm just not going to do that. So we have stuck the ESC in. Probably the most difficult part of this is actually working out where to run your sensor lead. I've run it through the middle there. I've just spaced up the fan mount so it goes nicely under there, and I've just put some lipo tape over it. It's not the neatest. We will be tidying it out further, but I just wanted to get the thing up and run and make sure it works. You do get in the kit some more foam parts which you can put down there to cushion your lipo if you want to. It is a little bit untidy around there. Just don't look at that bit. What I will actually do, guys, what I'll do, I will shorten. I always shorten the cables for the servo, the ESC, anything on there, just to make it as short and neat as possible. I've got a crimping tool. I basically just shorten them as much as I can. But I want to just make sure I'm happy with everything's placed to start before I start shortening, because I don't want to have to lengthen cables again. So all I need to do now is pinion on, solder them in, and then pretty much we are good to go. And if you can hear the noise over the fans, there is a basic setup of electrics done. I've chucked some wheels on it, steering. We've obviously set the steering up. You know how to set your end throws up, so you've got maximum lock both ways. Set your neutral point up on your sub trim, then fine tune it with your normal trim. Yeah, there she is. She's good to go. We're going to give her a test run, see how it goes. So we have just turned it off, so you haven't got the fans whirring away. One thing to note, When you put the Velcro on, in fact when you put any of the double-sided or stick anything on, I always clean it with brake cleaner or a degreaser, because I found sometimes there's some mold release oil on some of this and it sticks okay but not as well as it should. I've done that and that is not going anywhere. So that is the car done, ready to have a shakedown. One of the things I'm impressed with, the lengths of the links are kit perfect. Camber, toe, looks really good. So we're going to give it a go. Say we will tidy up this wiring here a little bit, but it shows you the basic layout of what is needed. Nicer fan look good in there, like the alloy ones that you see in the manual. We'll probably put one in. In fact, we may even have one laying about, but we're going to give this a shakedown and see how she performs. And leave a comment down below. Do you want us to chart our journey with this car? Do you want us to do some vlogs and blogs and whatever videos of us actually racing and how we get on with this car? Leave a comment down below, and if you do, we will do them.